Hey, good people, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time for morning thoughts episode where I hold the mic really close and I breathe heavily on the on the mic. Some of you really annoyed by that. I'm sorry about that, but these morning videos I actually don't have any fragrance to review. I'm not holding anything in my hand. Just a while back I reviewed this new release, Arma of Club Demi Urban Elixir, and nice little perfume. Check it out. Initial impression only, but I thought I'd do some few topics. Like right now, fragrance game is like sort of like um, changing. In many ways, and for some for good, some for bad. So I'll talk about my personal life, personal updates, and all, and then my buying spree, some humanitarian talk and all that. Same old, like old guy talk here. Hopefully you're doing good, and it's on like right now it's almost 4 a.m. Classic Casio Royal. Okay, I love wearing that watch. Just love it. It's just good times of our past, young days or something. So anyway, the big topic that I want to talk about today, then I'll have some other subtopics. Big topic I want to talk about is I saw a video yesterday and gave me this idea. Okay, I always usually like randomly go through YouTube or stories, just scroll. I like to stay at home. I don't like going out that much. And I like to stay by myself. So it's kind of like a Dexter Morgan. But I don't know. I just like as older I get, I saw Joshua, one of my good friends. He did say as I grow older, I'm having less number of friends, but I'm much happier in my life and I'm focused. I really know who are my best friends and I'm very happy with my company. I think wrote something like it. If you're watching Joshua, shout out to you. Okay. So, as you grow older, these things happen, but you see, not everybody is that stand up or genuine. You have very few genuine friends. So I saw this video. The video was about fake shoes. Fake shoe is a huge industry, and I'll relate it to this topic of fake fragrance as well. So I did think, like why do people buy fake stuff? Because of course the big factor is money. You save a lot of money, and perhaps the other obvious reason is you want to brag about like a brand that you own, let's say Nike or Adidas, but you don't want to spend the buck for it. Let's say you don't want to spend 600 pounds on a shoe, but a pair of Nike or something special edition, whatever, they can go really expensive. So I do remember my most expensive sneakers that I bought was from London, and I think it was a Sports Direct or something. They had a sale going on. I paid about 250 pounds. That's about it. That was my most expensive pair of Nikes, which served me well. I think it was something like style of Jordan, but it was not a Jordan. It was a nice little pair of sneakers. But 600 pounds, that's expensive. And when people do watch, because people live in this world only, and when you see commercials, big stars are wearing like Adidas, Nike, Asics, you would like to also, be part of that. If you are a really big fan of Jordans, pair of Jordans, many people collect that, even brand new or used or auction, right? So why do people buy this? First reason is they cannot afford the real deal. They don't want to spend the money. That's the first reason. Second reason is they want to get compliments from people, and then perhaps in the social life they want to show their bling bling. Hey, I'm wearing this brand, I'm wearing Gucci, this and that, but everything's fake. Say not everybody can afford a Rolex or something, but many people wear fakes. So it's social acceptability or compliments, whatever your thing is. Second reason. Third reason I can think of is that people are really smart. How are they smart? See, this main video, the main theme was everything was made in China, right? So made in China means they're making it very low cost. And when you buy them, for a clone of a pair of Nike or Rolex or something fake, it's going to cost you much less zeros, right? So when you wear it, you know very well you are wearing a fake, but maybe 10 other people do not know. So when you wear it, someone is wearing a real deal Rolex. And your Rolex looks almost like same like theirs, and except a few like experts, no one can tell which one is real, which one is a fake. So in that way, you are smart. You got your mission accomplished, that I got to wear a Rolex, and people thought I was wearing a Rolex. So same thing goes for fragrance industry. I was thinking Aventus versus Club de Intense Man. Very few people can pick up the difference between Aventus and Sydenham, Club de Intense Man. Why is that? Because if you never ever experienced Aventus or never bought it, because it's one of the most expensive perfumes. Somewhere it's selling like $900 to $1,000 right now for 120 ml vintage. And that's crazy to think of it when it used to be back then like 150 to $250. Okay, so it was never cheap, but Aventus was one of the most hyped and well loved for some good reasons. Sometimes it's just overhyping, I guess. But I got to experience both. So when I smell Aventus in years, like 7, 6, 6, 7, 8 years, I know the difference between who's wearing Pseudonym from the dry down, and I can tell who's wearing Aventus. It's very obvious. The quality difference is very, very obvious when you know both very, very well. But given that fact, Pseudonym, Club New Intense Man, I was just doing the review of Urban Man Elixir, so I took out my vintage Club New Intense Man. I brag myself about this, I do have a silver spray, really, really strong, one of the first batches. Beast mode lasts like 2-3 days on the shirt. This did really well on the dry down. It picked up huge compliments. It does smell so good, but the opening was really, really horrible. It's like a synthetic for cleaning materials like lemon pledge. I'd never really liked that opening at all. But the newer batches, when they're making these, it's a discussion. So I'm showing some examples. The Pseudonym Pure Perfume or Perfume version, Parfum. They made it so much more polished, more acceptable, agreeable, and they went really all the way to make it a good product. So it's a clean, long-lasting, and populates. Every time sellers bring it here, they sell out, right? So that's the point, making a product very, how to say, reasonably priced and affordable, like available in your area. That creates popularity. That makes popularity factor in a fragrance. But Aventus is not found everywhere. There are lots of fakes, but Pseudonym, I don't know any fakes in, because people will say that's a fake itself. It's a clone. But analysis is you can spend so much less money but to smell almost the same. Okay, so some people, why do they buy the fakes? This particular reason, topic, I would say people don't mind, smelling like little synthetic version of Aventus, spending so much less money, lasts much longer than Aventus, the current batches, and to them it makes so much more sense. So they're happy with what they're spending. So it's not a fake perfume, but it's a clone. So in a way you can say clone is inspired by the original thing. So in a way it's fake, but it's not fake. Technically Armaf is a legit house. So that's a different discussion, clone versus fake. But here's the problem. That is, people know sometimes they're buying fake Versace fragrances, fake Creeds, and they have like fake everything. They have literally, like I've seen in India, this is the most ridiculous thing I saw in India. Many people share Indian pages. There are a lot of information where there are sites who are selling Aventus for 5,000 rupees, which is like 50, 60, $70, or something like everything like Club New Intense Man, Dior Sauvage, everything is $35, And then some of the guys, influencers, so-called influencers, not influencers, they have a huge collection. They're like, I can get you anything for cheap, bro. And then they have a huge follower base, and then they trust them, and then they end up buying those perfumes without knowing those are fake. Dior Sauvage, if you go to the market, I'll just give you a simple example. Some fragrance you can get discounted, but some you cannot. Let's say you buy this product, which is discontinued now. This Dior Sauvage very cool spray. This product cost at least $85 to $100, around there. If Dior discounted this, and you can find it under discounted, price will not be less than $80. Cheapest price $80-$85. Imagine someone selling for $20. Exact same fragrance, exact same bottle size, everything. And you think you are getting a super deal, and you are not really smart about it. What you do is you pull the trigger knowing that it's high risk, this could be a fake, but your heart wants to believe it's a real deal, and you are being really smart where others are being stupid. Others are spending thousands of dollars, and you're just the smart one. Sometimes, that happens. The sad reality is some of the shops, they do have fragrances, they perhaps original bottle, they refill it, and then they're selling it, and you find a bottle like Bulgari Man in Black or something, and it's fake, but the bottle is original. Sorry. But you still buy it because you accepted already that this is original, and you never ever go to a original shop, and you smell the original deal because it's going to be a fact that, it's going to break your heart. Some people live with that fake. I don't know how. Some people buy miniatures, some people buy these cheap sites, they buy these super fakes. So I think people buy it just to show others that they're wearing fragrances of different brands. And when you put a picture in Instagram or Facebook, I think it's very obvious that not everybody can pick up if the bottle is original. Let's say I am wearing Cedrat Boise Intense. Okay, this is like intense exterior perfume. Okay, if this bottle is refilled with the exact same juice color, but if it's fake, if the bottle is original, who can tell? Unless you smell it, right? So it's very tricky world. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry, a little bit of cold still going on. I have continuous medication, but winter time I always suffer. So I think to wrap it up, I think some people just don't want to accept the fact that they are buying fakes, but in their heart they know it cannot be true, but they are not ready to accept it. Like, hey, my choices cannot be wrong. Okay, my choice is right. I bought it for $20, Versace Purum. It's original. But the sad thing is, I'll tell you something very, very sad. When you actually buy a fake is a fake. Okay, if it's a clone, somewhat that product just showed you. Let's say something like Club Doing Intense Man. This is a legit product. They have a company, there's no lawsuit against them, they are still existing, they are doing business in legal way. So unfortunately, maybe you can say unethical practice, but still legal. Okay, so something inspiration drawn from an original and you are making your own version. Designer companies make it too, like Prada Luna Rosa Carbon smells like Dior Sauvage. You guys know that. Just an example. But that is okay because there is no really clash or claim of someone trying to ruin your image or destroying copyright. But let's say someone's selling a Dior Sauvage in a fake bottle, fake box, super cheap quality, everything same, exact same, that's a fake. So it's up to you. If you want to be that person, you want people's attention, you have a whole shelf of 1,000 perfumes, but all fake. Absolute zero value. You wasted your money. Even if it was $5, you wasted your money. So make sure you do not buy fakes. Save up and buy the real deal. It will be tough. It will be painful. Some of you like see the reviewers, or you see influencers say they have so many perfumes, it might be easy. I hear so many kids tell me like, Joy bhai, you are doing so well, you're making so much money and stuff. They don't know. I'm sorry. They assume that everything must be very easy. They do not see that how hard I had to work to buy so many fragrances, how much I have to sacrifice. And sometimes, when I did crazy stuff, it was not always sunshine or happy times for me. I went through depression. I yesterday shared a video where Mark Rob08 waiting for his return, the fragrance guru. But I did make a video when he talked about my depression. I went like very close to quitting the fragrance game. I did make a video. I still have it there. And I decided I'm going to quit the game because it was too much. I was under huge loan debt and people were after me. And then I made mistakes. Some people also were evil. But in the long run, I decided this is my line of work and then I'll believe in it. I didn't have monetization at the time, nothing. I just keep small page of decanting. And then I had to work very hard. Just in a small sentence I see, but there's no shortcut to success. And I do not consider myself very successful. If you see my channel, many of you say, let's get Joy 100,000 subscribers. I know in my heart, I would love that. I want it so bad. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to say, hey, numbers don't matter. But actually, I believe in organic growth. There are many times I could have done stuff like many other reviewers, many other channels who do things like giveaways or something in a certain way. They go overly overnight popular, and then from the people who started like recently 1 year back, they have more subscribers than me now. And I am okay with it because they deserve it. They must have done something. They perhaps invested in good cameras, editing. So it's always fair. I'm always happy for someone's success, okay? But perhaps I don't watch all the channels when I find some of the content is kind of cringeworthy. So coming here, my whole point is to buy a fragrance, there was a time I had to think for budget. I still think I do my research. Is this worthy of my time? Nowadays, I buy perfumes which I feel are discontinued. I want to review. That's my special interest. But I want to buy something like perhaps something which will get me views, okay? Or something I can decant and stuff. So everything has to be, cohesive. But many people don't have this mindset. They think like, oh, buying fragrance is easy. They get the paycheck. First 1 week, they finish their money. And then regret. They try to sell it off for very cheap price. 5-6 sprays missing. Something you bought for $250, now you want to sell it for 100, and who's losing the money? It's you, right? So I would say, think before you ink. Like, do your research process. Even if you have 1,000 perfumes, you can. Sorry, the voice is really disturbing. I think I have to finish. So finishing point is this: do not buy a fake perfume. My humble request, if you cannot afford it, buy something else, maybe a clone of the real deal. Let's say something like Elysium. You love it, you love the fragrance, okay? Sometimes people will tell you, chase the real deal, okay? Buy this original perfume, don't buy a clone of it. Like, you will not be 100% satisfied. But if it means you have to sacrifice everything, food, clothing, your phone bills, you were wearing everything old, and you just saved up one whole year to buy a fragrance, that's kind of dumb. I'm sorry to say, that's not something I would. If your money is an issue, put priority. Get your stuff, necessary stuff first. Fragrance you cannot drink. You may be very happy, but you'll be hungry. So other side, if you actually have abundance of money, but you're just thinking, like, you're just like confused, then I would say get the real deal. Because if you ever wanted Creed's, let's say, fragrance like Royal Oud, only Royal Oud will meet your craving 100%. You can get a clone, but eventually you'll end up buying the real deal, even if it's a Decant, right? So there you go, my 2 cents. I want to discuss, if my voice was not disturbing, I would go a little bit long. But a lot of thoughts come to me. So few suggestions from me is that, yes, some of you may not like that, some fragrances are being hyped to the max, and you think like people are just foolish and stuff. Let people make their own decisions, and let people learn. Once, eventually people will see, like, at once, like, one time people will notice that, oh, I'm spending too much money on fragrances, and perhaps I need to buy food or my other necessary stuff. So you may actually stop that craziness, and then you just limit your buying, and you buy every month some, but you have your priority in other things too, right? So learn, enjoy the game, and always, we are not absolute, but we try to keep things honest. Some of the reviewers will tell you honest review of this fragrance. Sometimes I find that hilarious. So perhaps they are trying to say other reviewers are not honest, but that's another discussion. Sometimes to get a view, you have to put kind of a flashy headline or a cover photo, or show something sexy. But I'll tell you what, I don't feel like doing that still. I can get 100,000 subscribers within a week if I do something, silly. If I do like a huge, like a investment or something, like, hey, let's do this, and I'll give you like 100,000 taka, or if you add, members to. I don't want that. If I don't achieve it, it's okay, right? I want it, but I would love it when I get it, when I deserve it, So keep me in your prayers. Thank you for all your love and support, and those who believe in me. That's the best. That's my best and my strength. Those who stayed by me loyal since my first day in first year of reviewing. I think 100,000 subscribers is not bigger than that. With all due respect, to keep your old crew with you, and they still keep you in prayers, and they give you comments and thumbs up, and then they did tell you, Joy, I tried your fragrance, the one you reviewed, good fragrance, mate. It's a thanks for reviewing it, makes my day, right? So keep helping me like that, and it will be a huge favor always. And if you can give a thumbs up in the videos, that would be even great. Take care. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hopefully I can make some sense. Do not buy fake stuff, okay? Always buy original. If you cannot buy original, save up and buy later. That's the way to go. Good night.